Brock, nothing says New Year's Eve like the STL versus KC.
I mean, I'd go with champagne and, sparklers, but yeah, sure. MASL on New Year's Eve, nothing better in this matchup. We've already got to see it 4 times this year. We got 2 more coming up. The Ambush need to win 1. They're already down 0-4 in the series. Well, 0-3-1 technically in the series, but nonetheless, they are losing this series right now. They need to get back a win, and they got to give Paolo a little help. He leads the league in saves with the Comets has to do a little bit more work. And speaking of offense, need more consistency from the Ambush. Tori Alba, he's a monster. Will Eske, he's getting involved. They need more, though.
Ambush looking for a reason to celebrate. We'll have a reason to celebrate either way. 4,000 balloons over our head. How about a win as a New Year's resolution today?
Let's go Ambush.
St. Louis Ambush. KC Comets coming up right after this on MASL TV.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. Our experts provide a full range of heart services, from prevention to life-saving care. St. Luke's is nationally recognized as a top heart care provider in the area for good reason. Our proud alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables us to take on the most challenging cases for the highest level of outcomes in St. Louis.
The Cleveland Clinic Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute is proud to collaborate with St. Luke's Hospital to deliver the highest level of innovative care in the St. Louis metropolitan area. Our alliance means you have access to world-class heart care in all the local communities St. Luke's serves.
St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, a beat above the rest for a life beyond expectations. For a first diagnosis or a second opinion, make an appointment today.
MITRE is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, MITRE is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com. Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear. Think you can predict the MASL? Head over to nxtbets.com to place your wagers on all the MASL action this season. From the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri, welcome in to the St. Louis Ambush versus the Kansas City Comets on CBS Sports Galazzo Network. Joey Zanaboni alongside Matthew Rocchio high above Axios Field as the head coaches huddle up their teams. Jeff Locker with the men in teal, getting the Ambush ready for a third straight meeting against a KC Comets team that's managed by Stefan Stokic. Ambush, Comets, we kick it off once again between these two teams.
Ambush obviously hoping it can be closer like that 3-2 battle, not so much when they let it get away late in that 9-6 fight just a few days ago, but the lineup's looking a little bit different. The Ambush, we haven't got to see a lot of Axel Chakунte or Riley Uri, both of them in the lineup tonight for the Ambush on the other side. They also are without Jeff Machad for the Ambush. On the other side, with the Comets, the man Leonardo Acosta, who got ejected from the previous game here, or his first game here in the Family Arena. He was not playing 10 days ago. He is back in the lineup today for the Kansas City Comets. Also some changes. Ali Alamari, another player we did not get to see last time here at the Family Arena. Chase Peterson. No Marcel Berry. No Rian Marquez. No Ignacio Flores. And no Lucas Souza for the Comets tonight. A very different Comets lineup than the Ambush are used to seeing here at home this season.
Quite a few missing on their side, and you alluded to it. The Ambush are going to be without Daduka and without Jeff Machad in this
such
game.
a break.
Daduka out for the season with an ACL injury sustained here on December 21st. On Machad's side, it's a little bit different. Jeff Machad not active today.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to him
Mazel
and his
tov.
family, welcoming a young son, Jetson Jerome, to their family. Paulo, he's a father as well, and he's the father of saves right now in the MASL. League leader in saves. He's between the pink pipes off to our right. It's Paulo with Almeida SK, Williamson, Martinez, and Falzone in front on the other side. Philip Ejimadu in the pink kit. He got the win here. 3-2 shootout victory for the Comets over the Ambush December 21st. He did not start that game.
I was going to say, oversimplifies things a little bit.
Ended up coming into the game late and saving the day. He's got Vandegrift, Tetsane, Acosta, Lennis, and Reagan on the field with him. We are off and moving as the Ambush control it back to Paulo. And the Brazilian Rob Lowe unleashes it to Mario Falzone. He had a great goal last time out at home against the Comets. This time emails one. Simple for Ejimadu to pick up.
Yeah, a little light there, but I expect to see a lot of those low shots against Ejimadu. We talked about it last game. We talked about it with the Ambush coaching staff. He's a big body. He covers a lot of that area, but those big bodies are sometimes hard to get up and down quick to the ground, so you can see a lot of worm burners coming from the Ambush today. I guess because it is carpet, I guess we'll call them carpet burners? Thread burners?
Rocchio, as precise linguistically as anybody in Major Arena Soccer League.
We'll find it, don't worry.
Thanks for being with us for his linguistics and their athleticism on Galazzo. Chad Vandegrift, who's from St. Louis, pops one into the corner. Nathan Dirtle can't secure there. Ambush a little ejection back to midfield where Vandegrift, who's 400 plus now and blocks for his Major Arena Soccer League career defers, gets off the field. Dominic Francis swipes it over to David Stankovic. Down toward the corner. Thread cut. Chili Willie SK. Axel Chicunte forward. Torrealba unleashes off the glass. Axel there for the header, but pops it wide. Ejimadu uses the feet to get it out of the trouble. SK intercepts. They're without a goalie. Torrealba tries the luck, and Comets fly bodies back. Chest there was by Nathan Dirtle.
Good job there by Nathan Dirtle. They almost lollipopped that one in, though. Also, some other changes from the Ambush. You're going to see them here. Robbie Cristo, he got back in action against the Comets 4 days ago. He is in the lineup again. Big body they need with the Duke out for the season.
Joe Wainwright trying to connect with Ali Alamari. Torrealba can't keep it on the wall. Comets with the ball inside their gold line. Headed forward by Zach Reagan. It did just escape over the wall. Ambush takeover with Cristo himself, the St. Louis U Hall of Famer, on the ball.
Some other new faces around the Ambush. We will introduce you to them as they hit the field.
Christian Briggs, he's a familiar face in his 100th Major Arena Soccer League game. Sends it off the window pane. Ejimadu got it partially. And Cristo tapping it back toward John Gates and recycles it through Briggs. Briggs lets loose, high and wide of the upper 90, and Cristo sends it to the balloons. Doesn't knock any of the 4,000 plus out yet, but we'll wait until after the game to do that.
He barely touched that one, and it went skyward. I think, Joey, I'm sorry, just when the facts are presented us, we just have to be honest about the helium issue in this arena. We just saw what happened there. He barely tapped it, and it goes flying into the air. Now it's suspended in midair. There's an issue with the air here in this arena. Makes it a little tricky. Got to keep the ball low.
Family Arena where the ball is guaranteed to fly. Rolls here up the left side. Comets won't give up as Michael Lennis led it forward. Tetsane squeaking one to Palmer in the corner. SK bangs it off the head of Cristo off the wall, and it goes back to Paulo. 3 in, nothing. Ambush and Comets, 5th of 6 meetings between these two teams. The I-70 series, unfortunately, does belong to the Comets. They've won the first 4.
On the field right now in his second game of the year for the Ambush, it is Andres Shalbad.
And he picks up the foul.
And another newcomer is coming onto the field when he does. Number 25, Jace Berger, in his third career season in the MASL, has joined St. Louis partially because of a roster spot opening with the injury to Duduka. They need a little bit of help defensively, as Paolo has the most saves in the league and has a lot of goals allowed as well. So the defensive help coming as they try to rebalance this roster.
Vandergrift from Tetsane. Down low, big save by Paulo. Junior Kazim let it loose. He battles back to the ball and is unable to get a clean shot off. Maybe a little banging of the knees there.
That was Berger's first shift here in the Family Arena. Looked good right there, getting a stop.
Andres Chalban gets up off the floor with Kazim. Now Paulo lets it loose long. And it gets whistled back. Might have been 6 on the field on the switch. And the referees will confer on this. 11:32 left in the first. Nothing. Family Arena. New Year's Eve action on Golazo.
As always, interesting thing to watch here with the ambush is how wide and apart the lines are. The Comets are completely okay with playing 4 deep and 1 up top and trying to win that battle, whether it be in a long ball off the wall, maybe even a low one like we saw them get to Tetsane earlier. They're going to try to isolate that man. If you're the ambush, you can live with them trying the long stuff if you got to cut it out. But that low pass on the ground that opened up the Comet offense last possession on the ground at Tetsane, that needs to be the only time it happens this game, or else the ambush could be in trouble.
Well, we'll be in trouble here for the 6 on the field. Torrey Alba going to serve it. First blue card of the game. It's 5-on-4 power play time for KC.
Ambush a little sensitive about blue cards against this Comets team after the end of last game, but good call there. Nothing you can do but tighten things up.
Lennis. Tetsane joining Acosta on the gold line.
My apologies, that was Palmer who split the defense really good that previous possession.
Lennis thought about it from the corner, drags it back top of the bow and arrow, eases it to Tetsane. Scoots it just wide on the shot.
Good connected penalty kill by the ambush. First attempt for the Comets goes wide, and we kill 40 seconds.
Little north of a minute left to go on the advantage, and Big Rob. Great work with the head on the shot by Lennis. It balloons up over the window. In the corner go the Comets. Nice block by Rob Williamson. A guy who joined the ambush last year and now has become a principal player in the back after coming over from the Milwaukee Wave. Lennis with Tetsane joining them in the corner. Colin O'Keefe and Axel Chacunte closest to the ball. Goes back through Tetsane. Swept to Francis. Acosta comes way out deep to greet it. Hard shot, Tetsane. Screams it off the window. Francis has it blocked by Martinez. Second shot, just wide of the pink. Settled down well by Randy Martinez, and will find the escape valve. Chased down with 43 seconds left on the power play. Acosta for a Comets team that's 3 for 9 on the power play this season. Working with Tetsane again. Down low, Francis blocked before he could get to Paulo. Acosta. Tetsane straight on. Blocked by Palmer. Might have been on an angle for the post. That's on an angle for the chest of Paulo off the foot of Francis. Paulo dives over, makes the play. 19 seconds as that gets to the fans.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the only time tonight that Ramon Palmer is playing defense for the ambush. Just too hard of a pass. He couldn't handle the touch. Probably more of a mistake on the pass strength from Lucia Tetsane. But Palmer couldn't handle that one and actually moved the ball away from the ambush goal. Probably the only reason they don't have one up right now.
They get a free crack at it from the top of the bow and arrow. Tetsane gets a word from Regitz. Acosta circles to the ball. Slashes it high of the upper 90.
This has been one of the only down parts of the season for the Comets. 9 power plays, just 3 power plays goals for. They will fall to 30% on the power play in the next 5 seconds.
Ambush will move to 6 for 10 on penalty kills. Final grains of sand dribbling out of the hourglass. Torrey Alba back on the field. We're back to 5-on-5. Good work by the ambush defense. Played really well against this Comets team. Did not allow a goal after the first quarter on December 21st after Lennis winged it wide. Williamson helped get it off the foot of Francis. And the ambush will control in the back with Chile. Robbie Cristo setting up long. Held off by Tetsane. Tries to bulldoze past him. Tetsane and co close the door. Resurrected by Torrealba. Just misses. Went to the far post. Junior Kazim breaks it out. And Kazim goes down at the midway line.
Think about Torrealba, man. In those moments, you know he can pick his spot. He can pick that upper 90 from that spot. He is always going to be a danger. I don't know when the last time the ambush had a player this dangerous from that far out.
Torrealba, who had a game winner here against the Milwaukee Wave. Thrilling victory.
It was from that exact same spot in a one-on-one moment. When he has those matchups one-on-one, when he's got a guy that he can beat to get himself a shot, he'll take it almost every time.
John Gates takes a shot, courtesy of Alamare. Colin O'Keefe working in the back with Christian Briggs. Briggs to Almeida, hips it forward. John Gates, legacy player for the ambush, serves on to it.
He has provided some fantastic energy for the ambush, and as he continues to figure out a game that he's been watching his entire life, he's going to get better and better.
O'Keefe to foul zone. Almeida helps him out. Lucas, who played in his 200th MASL game on the 21st, as it deflected away toward Gates. Gates can't secure, tries to win back, goes down. Zach Riggins, left foot, punches one off the glass. Dirtle, pestered by Gates, and Dirtle will turn it back to DeBray Holliman on his side about halfway through the first quarter. 0-0. You're watching Ambush and Comets on Golazo.
Ambush scored first in the last game, and then things kind of fell apart in that first half. So far, the defense doing a good job of keeping away the tough moments. Can the offense interject?
Joe Wainwright went down. Axel Chikунte chops a shot off a defender. Sprays up in the air after Chase Peterson stopped it. Pulled back by the ambush briefly. Giveaway by Jace Berger. And the ball catapulted over the pink frame to take us to our first media timeout. We're scoreless in St. Charles, Missouri. You're watching the Major Arena Soccer League on CBS Sports. Golazo.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. We're nationally recognized as a top heart care provider in the area, and our proud alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables St. Luke's to take on the most challenging cases for the highest level of outcomes in St. Louis. St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, a beat above the rest for a life beyond expectations. For a first diagnosis or a second opinion, make an appointment today.
MASLsoccer.com, your ultimate home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. Catch the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and so much more.
St. Louis, Missouri, the greatest soccer city in America. And what a rivalry this is. The success on the Spectrum I-70 series rages on between two great soccer cities, separated by just 3.5 hours across I-70.
Unfortunately, Joey, Comets have started out 3-0-1, or 4-0-0, let's just say it, my apologies, 4-0 against the ambush. They've won the tournament for this season, the cup between these two teams. And so I think right now in the soccer capital battle, unfortunately, they have landed a punch.
Ambush looking, I hate to admit this, but for our first win against the Comets since December 28th, 2024.
Oh, God.
Will SK.
How many games is that?
Windex has won over to the fans. It's 10 straight.
That's 10 games, isn't it?
10 straight.
9-0-1.
Just 1 point in those 10 games. The point we got for getting through to overtime into the shootout. Unfortunately lost that on the 21st. It's been tough sledding against our rivals.
One game, that's all we got is one stinking game.
One stinking game left, January 4th against these guys, then the season series is over. Surprisingly enough. Ball bounces over Kazim, handled well by Briggs. Tetsane can't take the ball with him. Dirtle comes off the bench. Ian Lennis with Hollyman. Kazim up top. We got Francis running around out there as well. Ejimadu appears in the backyard for the Comets. Lob shot. Kazim still trying to make space against Briggs. Christian keeps him contained. Back through to Hollyman. Francis. Dirtle's pass. Easy intercept for Briggs. This is kind of where the Comets offense flared up on the 21st here at the Family Arena. Scored twice right at the end of the first quarter, and then they went silent.
Just off your screen is going to be the battle that's always going to be important. Who are the Comets trying to isolate? Who are they trying to play on runs off that isolation? It's a big question right now. We got a little bit of rotation here. Looks like Stankovic is taking over. Now he's going to rotate back out. We're going to get the big man Dirtle down low fighting against Chikunte. And then you get another recycle here by the Comets.
Ejimadu.
Perfect ball, wow.
Reagan taps it back to a friend who slashes it wide. Hollyman picks up the pieces. A shot there wide by Joe Wainwright. Now Hollyman held at bay. Gates forces it back to Ejimadu again. Wainwright comes the length to get it. Dealing with Riley Uri in the area. Long pass deflects off of Chikunte. Gobbled up by Dirtle. Morteal comes forward. Bad touch by Wainwright. Uri almost jams it home. Saved by Ejimadu.
Uri so fast. Really a speed factor that added into this lineup last year and really changed what they were able to do here. You can see he's able to put pressure on the ball. He's able to be an outlet in transition. Just so many things that Riley Uri can add to this team, including that. Now here comes the hold-up play we see so often. Christo really going to be important in that hold-up play with the Duca out for the season.
Again, Hulk out with an ACL injury. Hate to see that, especially after he injured his Achilles in 2021.
Put so much work in this offseason, too.
Fantastic shape. Got off to a good start. Good move by Chalbad. Oh, almost. Gives the Ambush the lead.
What a save by Ejimadu. Just flashes that right hand so quickly. Closes the door. Rattlesnake-like.
Chalbad left, Dirtle in the dust, but it's Ejimadu once again.
Beautiful move.
Saves the day.
Beautiful move by Chalbad. That's one of those highlight moves we lose because it wasn't a goal.
Almeida off the AARP sign to himself.
And blue tire.
Went down, wanted the foul. Christo's shot never makes its way through the forest. There's something maybe fitting about the guy they call El Abuelo. Almeida using the AARP sign so effectively, playing it to himself. Ageless Wonder, who led the league in assists last year, turning in more good games for the Ambush the outside of this season. Chad Vandegrift flashes off the bench. Ramon Palmer parabolas it with the head over to Acosta. Lamare Almeida wisely chests it back to Paulo. 2:40 left in this first quarter. Nothing. Stretch of about 30 minutes where these two teams went scoreless last time. Falzone deprived on the first by Ejimadu. Can't quite head in the second as it turnstile back to him. Mario Falzone, almost another highlight goal.
Just couldn't put the header in. Couldn't get enough on it.
Williamson, that deflects back toward Torrealba, can't control. Omari ski balls it downfield. Ambush trying to remount the attack with 2 left. The captain, Chili Willie SK, has it blocked. Bobsled work by Chase Peterson. Torrealba off a feed from Martinez. Diving save by Ajimadu. Bopped up, Chikunte and Martinez still fighting for it. The garbage disposal. Thied down by Francis. Chikunte preserves it. Briggs serves it. Torrealba going to work down the left side runway. Torrealba pulls it back. Almost. Chikunte half bicycle on the second one.
Joey,
Sends it well wide.
Do they call soccer a game of inches?
Call
Lord
every game a game of
almighty,
inches,
the ambush are right there. What a string of possession. Maybe one of the best we've seen this season.
Keefe stifled by Vandergriff. $1.17 left in the change jar. First quarter, Francis.
And a big thing, one of the points of emphasis for this ambush team from this week of practice is coming up right now, people. The last 30 to 45 seconds of quarters has been one of their biggest impact. They lost that game in Kansas City because they gave it away at the end of quarters throughout that game. Last minute 4 here for the ambush. Can they add a goal or at least take this into the first quarter break at a 0-0 tie? This is going to be a crucial start to this game.
Briggs cited for a foul against Francis, and I think Francis was chopping at him from the ground. Briggs was saying, don't do that. It is Briggs who cited for the foul, though, and ambush will line up to try to prevent Lennis and co. getting something off cleanly here. Wainwright is lurking right behind, getting some marching orders from Tetsane.
And this would be the exact kind of moment that assistant coach Donnie Alberti's talking about.
Lennis, low shot. Christo, easy block. And it parachutes out to the fans. They'll do it again. Tetsane off the wall in the corner. Good back heel by Christo. It stays in play.
What a setup by the Kansas City Comets on the set piece. Stefan Stokic really doing a lot of great work as a coach. The fact that you can manufacture that kind of offense in those small moments, that's crucial. That's good coaching.
Long throw from Paulo. Yuri, good control. Gates with 40. Taps the brakes. Ambush.
SK free on the other side, but they missed him. I don't know why he didn't take off running there, Joey.
Looking to both close a quarter well and score the first goal of the game. Donnie Alberti telling us that is the point of emphasis.
It'd be two of their biggest points of emphasis happening at the same time if they can score a goal in these last 20 seconds. Winning the end of the quarter and starting this game off as a leader. 15 seconds left to do it.
Paulo working as the sixth attacker. The Brazilian Rob Lowe creeps it into the Comets' end.
Who's the free man?
Uses SK. SK gets a crack at it. Hits it into Ajimadu. Ball Kangaroos to the fans with 0.5 seconds left. Ambush still have a chance.
I don't think they do. Berger will have to put this off the free kick directly into the hoop.
Ajimadu is desperately trying to get his wall to shift. Berger hits it hard through the wickets. Almost did it. Ends up just a little bit wide. We're 0-0. Ambush and Comets at the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. You're watching the Major Arena Soccer League on CBS Sports. Golazo.
Here's what I'm thinking about the living room. Double hung windows are classics, but what do you think about casement windows? Or maybe sliding windows? Or even a big bay window? With all the styles Window World offers, I've got tons of options that match my taste and budget perfectly.
Which will you choose?
I might need another house or two.
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bostavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics.
The historic Gateway Arch National Park in downtown St. Louis. Happy to be with you for the St. Louis Ambush and the KC Comets. Rock, any New Year's resolutions this year?
Yeah, the Ambush to beat the Comets in January.
That would fulfill my 2025 New Year's resolution if we can get this one last chance to do it. And on January 4th as well. That would be really nice. Ambusher headed to KC to take on the Comets on Sunday, January 4th. 4 o'clock start time. Then they head to play the Tacoma Stars on January 11th. Check out the channel guide at maslsoccer.com to find all the dates, times, and streaming locations for the games.
I mean, Joey, they're 2-0 against teams not named the Comets this year. They're ready for a championship run as soon as the rest of the schedule opens up.
I agree with you. That was hard work to get that one jousted by Chalbad back to Paulo. With his wonderful play in goal, we will see if the Ambush can find an offense against this KC Comets team. Steal one against the Comets, and then from there it's easy street, baby. Torrealba skins Vandegrift.
The wheels on this guy.
Chikunte, Ejimadu got a piece and it's bicycled out right by the post by Vandegrift and Ejimadu. Dolphins back to grab it.
If you got a cap, tip it to Chad Vandegrift. Taking one off the line. You don't like it when it's in your own arena, but what a play by one of the best defenders in this league for a long, long time. Chad Vandegrift, Johnny on the spot, peels it off the line. What a play to save this one and keep it at 1-1. Oh, did Ejimadu touch that when he was out of the box, though? Can we watch that highlight again?
Ejimadu.
He pulled his hands down like he knew he was going to make a mistake. Did he actually touch it?
On the actual stop, and I'm talking about the ball that made the ball bounce, that Vandegrift hit it out. I thought he got it with his leg, and then Vandegrift bicycled it out.
Yes, when it was coming in, though, it came out of the Vandegrift bicycle kick. It looked like Ejimadu reached for
That's
it.
It's an interesting question. And Vandegrift got beat originally by Torrealba. So this is a heck of a recovery from Vandegrift.
Ejimadu is outside of the box. Here's Vandegrift saving it. Does Ejimadu touch it here when he's outside the box? He is inside the box.
Ooh.
Never mind. He reestablishes both feet
inside
inside the box, but I believe he did touch the ball. He liked to play like he didn't. He had his feet, Joey, right inside the white line.
Just
the
barely.
ball might have been outside and above the white line. Not sure. That one was close.
After an actual penalty, foul, I should say. Hot shot that Paulo is able to rise up to off the foot of Alamari. Briggs crowbars it loose.
Credit by John and the group, by the way, in the production side of things, getting that replay back up for us. Could have been a crucial moment there if they had missed a handball there, but Ejimadu, by the skin of his teeth.
Skin of his toenails.
There you go. The anti-Kevin Durant, if you will.
I was this close to making a signal to Shane Butler, who's our senior referee.
And that's why you can't do the thing where you make yourself look guilty by like bringing your hands down and like looking around like, oh, no one saw me, no one saw me. You're on tape, my guy.
Play it cool. We're always watching on Golazo, right?
Always watching. Little MASL soccer on Golazo.
Wainwright tries to go putt-putting.
The way that Yuri can erase those 1v1 moments because he beats you there every time. I mean, it should be a 1v1 moment. It's not a 1v1 moment because he's there first.
He almost had one in the first quarter.
Yeah, he did. That was
surprisingly a little lightning strike against a defender. Almost poked one in. Berger has it repelled. Kazim gives chase. Paulo makes him slip slightly. Kazim.
Never found a Berger I've ever been repelled from.
Almeida!
Oh! Ambush lead!
Is that not the most grandpa goal you ever seen him score?
El abuelo!
The most old man goal you'll ever see Lucas Almeida put in. And he's gonna hold up a jersey for Deduca. Again, tore his ACL last time he was out on this carpet. Dang right. What a play here from Lucas Almeida. They get it up that left side. So few balls played off the wall. And in fact, the ambush don't even play it off the wall. They let the defender do it themselves. And Almeida, talk about Johnny on the spot with Chad Vandergriff, was grandpa right where he needed to be and just punches it past a charging Ejimadu. He covers a lot of space. He presents a big body, but a perfect play by Lucas Almeida.
He's given out so many assists through the years. He deserves to get kind of an
easy one.
Lucky assist, courtesy of Leo Acosta. Welcome back to Leo Acosta in this series.
Yeah, the last big play Leo Acosta made in this arena before that was an unfortunate elbow, so he's going to look to try to turn things around next time he's out there.
Mishandled it off the wall. Less than 3 into the second quarter. Ambush strike to make it 1-0. We get that important first goal. Ambush did score first last time, though, against KC. Lost 9-6. Torrealba.
Although it was an indirect, congratulations to Jace Berger, the new acquisition who already racks up his first point for the ambush. He gets the assist.
Chili Willy off the Vandergriff. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
The ambush have figured it out, Joey. Just score off their defenders.
Slashing the bookshelf like a samurai sword giveaway at the local library. SK tries his luck, and Chad Vandergriff, after saving a goal, this time swarts it right into the twine.
Yeah, this time Vandergriff will escape with the hard charge, beats Reggett one-on-one. Vandergriff, though, stabs himself in the foot on that one, and the ambush are up to an improbable early 2-0 lead here early in this second quarter. Again, Joey, the solve is just kick the ball or play the ball off a Comet defender.
They've left Ejimadu on an island a couple of times. Vandergriff had his momentum going one way, trying to jab back at the ball. And ended up instead redirecting it. It will go down as an SK goal. It's 2-0 ambush. Alamari has it blocked.
Yeah, I do like how in the MASL rules does that.
Palmer! Unicorn work through the wickets of Paulo, and the Comets respond to make it 2-1 at the 11:22 mark.
You know, Donnie Alberti and Coach Locker are not going to be happy about that one, Joey. Immediately giving one right back to the Comets after you take one of your biggest leads. In fact, they've never taken a lead into halftime this season. They were setting themselves up to potentially do it. What a perfectly looped-in pass by Ali Olamari, one of the new Comets playing today that wasn't here in the Family Arena last time they matched up, and he comes up with an assist on the big play. Perfect ball there for Olamari, and he has a great finish on that ball. Impressive finish by Palmer.
And SK have scored the goals, trying to connect for another. That was pretty stuff from Ramon Palmer. Pretty there from SK, has it blocked though by Lennis on the shot. Kazim slides it maybe unwisely to Lennis. Ambush jarred out. Almeida swarmed in the corner. Tetsane breaks through off the heel of Kazim. SK to Almeida. Cristo!
Robbie.
Trying to do what Kim Kardashian has not been able to. Take the bar down. Robbie Cristo, calm as can be, chest, and loops it in off the bottom of the pink crossbar. 32 seconds after Palmer's goal. Cristo back on the score sheet in a teal jersey.
Second game of the season for Robbie Cristo coming back from an injury. He gets his first goal, and Hort, of course, who set him up, Joey? What a beautiful looping parabolic pass from the pass master, Lucas Almeida. He's got an assist, he's gotten a goal, and the ambush have a 3-1 lead.
Well, we did not see a goal for the first 15 plus of this game. Went to the first quarter break scoreless, and now 4 goals in well under 5 minutes to start the second. 3-1. St. Louis Ambush back in control by a couple of goals. Almeida adds an apple to his cart. He's got a goal and an assist to power the way so far.
Gino and Apple, and with these two teams, the Tilly might be on the way.
Riggett sliding, and the Comets will strike again.
Zach
Back and
Riggett.
forth. Francis, the one to flush this.
I mean, just too good on the positioning by the Comets. Everyone is where they need to be. Just presenting an overloaded front to the Ambush on this play as John Gates and Paulo Nascimento try to figure out what went wrong on that play. Problem is, Zach Riggett, very talented, and the Comets offense is built around him. Here he's going to take that long shot off Williamson. Perfect little one-touch by Stankovic. And then there's not enough ambush bodies in front to really help out Paulo. That's one of the plays we talked about early on in this game. Paulo leads the league in saves, but he needs his defense to keep him away from those easy goals by the other team. That was too easy of a goal allowed by some lax defensive play by the Ambush. They got to tighten things up if they want to keep this lead going.
5 goals as we hit that 5-minute mark in the second
what,
quarter.
wow. This game has exploded, Joey. That's what they love about indoor soccer. Little scoreless first frame, second frame before we even get halfway through. 5 tacked up quick.
A couple of different ways they can play this sport. Calm and cool, nothing happening until everything's happening.
And Joey, we know that too because the last time they were in the Family Arena, this was the final score. After a full game, obviously it was flipped a little bit, but after a full game, then
2-2,
yeah.
And then they won the shootout by scoring with all 3 of their shooters.
And
so the final score becomes 3-2. It's really even less than this.
Yeah, you're right. Here we are already surpassing that regular time scoring mark here just 10 days later, so early in this game.
What do you like, high-scoring games or low-scoring games?
Joey, I get to hear your calls. It's high-scoring games every time. You kidding me? Get out of here. I'm here because I'm a fan of you.
Well, thanks. I do get called by the goal announcement, so it should put a little more money in the piggy bank going into 2026. Vandegrift get all the way through.
Actually, people don't know this. Joey gets paid for when the Ambush score goals, and he actually has to pay back money when they allow goals. So a negative 11 goal differential this season. It's been a rough one for Joey.
Taking on credit card debt.
He's going to lose his shirt if the Ambush don't pick up this play, I tell you what.
Looking good, though, right now. Up 3-2, 8.5 left in the second.
Although we've never tried a shirtless broadcast before. It could be the next avenue.
The script is being written, folks. Bad pass by Acosta. Is that a rocky go of it in the second?
Chacunte really has added that stability. He was one of the biggest surprises to me, Joey, in that we haven't been able to see him consistently. So the fact that he's finally getting in his 3rd game of the season, really big to see number 53. He added such a key defensive part to them last year, and this year his ball retention is so important for this offense.
Almeida helicopters it way up over the glass. And with 7:53 left in the second, we'll go to another media timeout. Ambush 3, Comets 2. You're watching the MASL on CBS Sports. Golazo. Ambush and Comets, first half of the second quarter sure has been exciting. 3 goals on the Ambush side, a couple of them on the Comet side. St. Louis up by 1 in this I-70 series 5th game, in large part thanks to Lucas Almeida, talking with another goal scorer there, Chili Willie SK. Almeida has been profound so far in this game. He's got a goal plus an assist. Lucas out of the huddle here, getting ready as the Ambush will go on the defensive. Comets will control it on their end. Philip Ejimadu has been left to his lonesome, out to dry a couple times by his defense. One of the best in the MASL, backpedaling to his pipes as the saves leader in the MASL, Paulo, does the same. Ejimadu rolls it out. Joey Zanaboni alongside Matt Rocchio, second half of the second quarter.
Will it be nearly as exciting as this first half of the second quarter was?
Ray gets staved.
Part of that is the Ambush's defense letting up some easy goals and the Comets defense having some unlucky ones against them. I doubt that continues, so can skill take over?
Francis sluicing one. Stankovic couldn't secure.
Sluice is an underrated word. Good job, Joey.
Well, thank you. SK off the wall, and Ejimadu, he puts it in the mousetrap before a foul zone could get to it. Sluice, that one was for anybody watching from a hydroelectric dam here this afternoon.
We have a big group both in Niagara and the Netherlands, so huge reaction to that in the fan base today.
Reagan going the long way, left foot right at Paulo. Almost crowbarred away from him by Wainwright. Paulo grips it. Gives a look to the referee.
Yeah, referee with a little warning for Wainwright. Got a little close to going across the line, buddy. He jumped rope with it. A little dancing. A little toe tapper.
Dirtle back to Ejimadu with Axel close. Gates will backhead it. Paulo with one hand. The 40-year-old keeper.
I think little plays by Gates like that, by the way, are just so underrated because the Ambush's ability to control the ball at any point is a huge factor for their team. So just a little header, and that way there's no danger at all. It's a good little move by Gates. It shows the little things that separates players, in my opinion, and takes you from a player who can play in this league to a player who makes you a winning team in this league.
Acosta.
Ooh, that's a bad
Dan
one,
stepping against Gates, and Gates wraps him up.
Literally the exact opposite of the play I was just talking about. Is an unnecessary, unforced error where you give the Kansas City Comets a chance to settle things, maybe even pull a sub so they get the exact combo of guys they want out there. The exact flip side of the coin there for Mr. Gates.
Live and learn. Gates foul. Just under 6. Ambush up by 1 here on Golazo. Vandegrift, who saved a goal and basically scored a goal, though it was awarded SK. He was going forward, wanting them to set up. That just dumped for Kazim. Fought off the board. Hot shot by Acosta. Repelled. And now Acosta trying to get turnage. Uses Vandegrift.
Just the 9th shot on goal for the Comets this game. The Ambush with 19 already here with 5:13 left to play in this first half. It's not about shot amount, it's about shot quality, but I think we can all say with the way the Ambush have played today, the shot quality has been ticking up, especially these long periods of possession early on in the second quarter.
Lennis draws a foul. Regant vociferously trying to get guys in position. Lennis and Acosta to his left and behind him with Francis. Kazim set up on the far post. Regant, left foot unleashes. Over Kazim off the window. Francis regathers. Acosta from the crow's nest. Lennis looking for entry. O'Keefe won't let him in. Acosta, right foot, Paulo. Good save. O'Keefe, on a second effort to get it out, went down, and Gates heavily pestered. Kazim can't believe it. Ambush take over, 4:41 left in the second. Fans, our next home game is Friday, January 16th at 7 o'clock versus the Empire Strikers. It's Kick Cancer Night. We'll have an auction of the specialty cancer awareness jerseys to benefit Siteman Cancer Center's Discovery Fund. Tickets available online or at the arena box office. Chillian Briggs play with it in the back. Uri, got a shoulder there pretty hard into the board from Peterson, not called. Lennis, Ian Hollyman. Lennis thinks about it, drags it back to the left foot. High on the shot. Foul zone off of Lennis. Secured by SK. Palmer, who's scored, gets in front of a pass from Briggs. Ball tattoos to the fans with 3:42.
Huge last 4 minutes here. Ambush have not taken a lead into the half at all this season, Joey. The 2 games they've taken ties into the half, they are 2-0-0. I'm going to go ahead and take Donnie Alberti's coaching point from the pregame, the last 30, 40 seconds of the game. I'm going to 10X it, and we're going to talk about the last 300 seconds of this game, because if the Ambush can close out this half positively, it's a huge way in going to getting their first win against the Comets. Massive.
3 and change between the Ambush and the locker room. Stankovic and Wainwright on a steal. Stankovic in the corner. Balain place it back to the midway line. He's been dueling with Chalbad out wide. Acosta. Alamari. Chalbad creeps after him. Acosta looking for a whistle, he gets it. Touch delayed. Went down easy against Almeida. Almeida gets the quick and brief conversation.
Been some chippy matches between these two teams all season long. And I don't think that's going to end anytime soon, Joey.
It's like poker night at the Lay's factory.
A lot of chips.
Getting chippy with it either way. No free samples. Acosta free samples this off of Almeida. Balloons up, a ball that lacks nutrition. Vandegrift misread it. Almeida put a hand on his back, maybe. Vandegrift, he goes timber, gets the call. Chad, the shaman out alone. Remains on the field as KC restarts it. Reagan fronted by Briggs. Swish back to Tetsane. Off the equator, milks it to Vandegrift. Acosta goes down of his own accord. Just lost his balance. I think he was actually trying to push off of O'Keefe there.
Yeah, I thought O'Keefe might have got with a little bit of a leverage move there. In other words, pushing.
Martinez to O'Keefe. Collin, fronted by Vandegrift.
I felt dirty calling it a leverage move. That felt far too partisan.
Acosta tried to fork it away.
What kind of spin move PR am I running up here, Joey? A leverage movement. That's what we call that, pushing.
Alamari went down against O'Keefe.
Leverage movement.
Vandegrift with the ball again. Just under 2. We've got Angela Sharp on the field with Jeff Locker before we go to the locker rooms.
Bad touch there from Dom Francis. Ambush are going to steal a possession here.
Long ball lobbed for Cristo. Misreads it slightly as it bounces up over his noggin. Robbie, who's got a goal today. High press against Lennis. Lennis trying to scooter by him. Cristo keeps him penned. Dirtle against Torrealba. Ejimadu comes to help. SK, good steal. Ejimadu works his way back as SK slows it down back through Big Robbie. We got Big Rob and Big Robbie. Rob Williamson and Robbie Cristo. Both of them way over 6 feet. Torrealba. Wanted foul zone. Easy steal. Lennis on the intercept. He gets it back from Hollyman. Just north of 1 minute left in the second quarter. You're watching the MASL on CBS Sports Golazo. We'll have Angela and Jeff Locker, then stats and highlights at half. Junior Kazim through to Francis. Fly swatter work for Paulo. Got fingertips to it. It spun toward that post off to his right.
What a run, though, by Palmer. Just puts his head down and works his way through it.
SK blocks Stankovic's
My apologies, Junior
shot.
Kazim. Damn. Junior Kazim, though, with the run. It looked like Ramon Palmer, who's been having a game, but Junior Kazim was not active for the last Comets game here in the Family Arena, so doing a little damage in front of the St. Louis crowd. Kazim just lowers his head, beats 2 ambush, and almost tied this thing up in the final 40 seconds of this half.
Stankovic and Williamson in the collision. The Comet got the worst of it. He gets back to his feet, though.
Yeah, Stankovic, a little dead leg there as he went to the bench.
30-plus ticks left in the second quarter. Williamson gazelling forward. Wainwright picks the pocket. Ejimadu lofts it. Dirtle, was that some hand or arm work? Ambush thought so. Dirtle keeps going, plays it off the wall. Kazim tries to broomstick it home. And diving out Paulo to smother it. 15 seconds left.
Ambush have gotten some breaks here in the second half of the second quarter, including that one. Not enough power on it, and Paulo gets lucky a little bit.
5 goals scored in the first 5 minutes of the quarter. Last 10 minutes. And somebody add one. Final second. Yuri dribbles it out. Ambush 3, Comets 2. New Year's Eve soccer on CBS Sports Golazo. Thanks for being with us. Joey Zanaboni, Matt Rocchio. We're here with the third member of our team, Miss Angela Sharp. She is in the ultimate New Year's Eve mirrored dress down on the floor. The field, the Axios Field at the Family Arena in St. Charles. And it looks like she may be grabbing Jamie Swanner here for this halftime interview. Let's kick it down to Angela Sharp.
All right, Coach, I am down here with you. Obviously, the Ambush had a strong start there. I'm sure you're happy with what the score is looking like right now.
Well, with the 3, yes, but not the 2.
So what are we going to do to make sure that 2 stays a 2 during this intermission? What are you going to talk about?
We just have to be smarter defending. We're in behind the ball, and all of a sudden we let a guy go. So we're going to fix that right now.
We're going to fix that right now. I like it. We're very confident down here. I'm going to throw it back up to you guys. Thank you, sir.
Angela with American goalkeeping legend and Ambush assistant coach Jamie Swanner. You're looking live at the Family Arena in St. Charles. We'll return here after halftime. Ambush 3, Comets 2. You're watching the Major Arena Soccer League on CBS Sports Golazo.
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
When you have a financial partner that invests in every part of you, you can't help but feel like a star. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
Shoot! He scores!
Alex Bastivansky here in our MASL studio. What's going on, everyone? Hope you had an absolutely incredible week. There's a lot that's gone down over the past few days. Let's take a look at that, plus at what's coming up in the league this week.
Into the post. Flores turning, shot, save, rebound, follow! He scores! And Milwaukee wins it 7-6!
Not a bad home opener for the Milwaukee Wave last week. They were taking on old school rivals Baltimore, and they gave their fans something to cheer about, but they made them wait for it. The Blast was up by 2 heading into the final quarter, but they couldn't shut the door. Mario Alvarez tied it up with just 32 ticks left on the clock, and of course Sanchez won it in overtime. St. Louis is proving to be one of the best stories in the league this season. They marched into Empire and managed to hold off the Strikers 5-4, and in the process picked up their first ever win against Empire. The Strikers tried to get back on track against Tacoma the next day, but they fell victim to the best story in the MASL so far, Tacoma. The Stars improved to 3-0 on the campaign, picking up the tight 3-2 victory. St. Louis tried to keep its hot streak going at home against KC, but their Missouri rivals continued to be their Achilles heel. It was close, but no cigar for the boys from the Gateway City, as they tied it up late in the fourth, but the Comets took this one in a shootout 3-2. They're now 3-0 on the campaign against their in-state rivals. Who was hot last week? Well, the man they call Super Mario was once again Mario Alvarez, instrumental in that Wave comeback against Baltimore, potting 2 goals, including the late tying marker that sent it into overtime. And the man they call the Brazilian Rob Lowe, Paulo Nascimento. He went 1-1, but was absolutely stellar in both contests. Overall, he stopped the ball 31 times over those 2 games, and he allowed only 6 goals. And his teammate Jeff Machad continues to have a rock-solid season for the resurgent Ambush. The MASL veteran is second on the squad in scoring so far. He posted 2 goals plus a helper over 2 games for the Ambush. He now has 3 goals and 3 assists on the campaign. New Year's Eve, 3 big matchups to check out. Baltimore and Utica to face the Blues, who have only played twice so far this season. They'll be trying to notch their first win of the campaign. Kickoff 3 p.m. Eastern. Say hi to my buddy Phil Levanco if you see him there. Empire traveling to Milwaukee to face the Wave, who have yet to lose in regulation time this year. 4:05 Eastern, the kickoff time. And these 2 teams will be sick of each other for the 6th time this season. St. Louis is facing KC, the Battle of Missouri. 4:05 Eastern kickoff at the Family Arena. Your scoring leaders, Zach Reagan continuing to lead the way with 14 points. Teammate Dom Francis in second. Sanchez in third with 9, tied with Andreos. And Rion Marquez rounding out your top 5 with 8 points. Players of the week, it's Philip Ajamado taking the honor once again in goal. Alex Sanchez from Milwaukee getting the offensive nod, and Robert Palmer again getting the defensive honor this week. Let's start with Sanchez, absolutely instrumental in that comeback win over the Baltimore Blast. 4 goals in the contest, including the game winner, of course, in overtime. And Robert Palmer getting it done defensively as well as offensively. In 2 games, he had 4 points, and just as importantly, he had 4 blocks for the Strikers. And Philip Ejimadu, massive 23 saves in that shootout win over the St. Louis Ambush. Okay, it is time now for your plays of the week.
He's running down the bottom of your screen, cuts in on the right. Cox with a shot and an early goal. We're just over a minute played, and Jamel Juice Cox sets up
San Diego and Kansas City.
Middle of the box, Rivera turning shot and goal.
Watch this again on the replay. Good ball in by Silla.
Top down field, Falzone trying to get Turnage, juggles it over Hollywood. Falzone, he shoots, he scores! Oh, baby!
Going at Briscoe, little step over, he takes a strike, he beats Beretta near post. Where has that been all night for the Strikers? It's 3-2.
Isak pressuring Carvalho. The pass into Williamson. He fires it, and he scores!
Alex ahead for Mario. Walking in, shot it, goal!
Correa's got John to his left. John in behind. John!
Be salivating 1v1.
Torrealba, right foot, right into Ejimadu, and that is the ball game.
For the wave, and here he goes down the sideline.
Into the post. Flores turning, shot, save, rebound, follow! He scores! And Milwaukee wins it 7-6!
And that is going to wrap things up for this week. But just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the MASL, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Why should I call DM Law?
Because whether you have a $10,000 fender bender or a multi-million-dollar case, we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve. A client of ours was in a wreck and had a minor head injury. We were still able to put over $23,000 in his pocket. Another client of ours had a severe leg injury, and we got them $1.1 million.
Big case or small, Mike's got this.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Hurt in a car wreck? Call 405-900-9000.
Ambush 3, Comets 2. This is MASL action on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Shots on goal favoring the Ambush, and a flurry at the start of the second quarter, giving the Ambush this narrow lead.
The stats I'm going to focus on, Joey, are on the screen right now. The Ambush 2-0 in games they were tied at halftime. They have not taken a single lead into half. We're in unprecedented territory, but I'm willing to say the Ambush are in their best position to win a game this entire season.
Coming into a third quarter for the first time this year with an advantage, and that advantage started with a misplayed ball by Leo Acosta, leading to a goal by Lucas Almeida as it ballooned out for him. And he shows the Duduca jersey in honor of his teammate, who will miss the rest of the season with an ACL injury. Chili Willie SK then got the Ambush to 2.
This is old school Chili Willie, doing it in his own. A little bit of help from the defense.
Chad Vandegrift. Talking about old school, that's a couple of MASL veterans right there. SK off of Vandegrift. Then Ramon Palmer, he got a feed that he was able to unicorn through the legs of Paulo Nascimento. Good play by Alamari to get it to him. Heck of a head ball goal from Ramon Palmer. Kept him calm on the celly. And Chili Willie and Lucas Almeida connected to Robbie Cristo. And Cristo off the bottom of the bar made it 3-1 Ambush. Great to have Robbie, the St. Louis U Hall of Famer, back in the mix for the Ambush. KC, though, weren't quite done. Stankovic came to a ball, and Dom Francis finished it off the initial chance started by Zach Reggett to make it 3-2. That's where we stand as we surf to the third quarter. This is the Major Arena Soccer League. on CBS Sports. Golazo.
Here's what I'm thinking about the living room. Double hung windows are classics, but what do you think about casement windows? Or maybe sliding windows? Or even a big bay window? With all the styles Window World offers, I've got tons of options that match my taste and budget perfectly.
Which will you choose?
I might need another house or two.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. St. Luke's alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables us to take on the most challenging cases. Make an appointment today.
Clear vision is so important for everything I do, on and off the field. I'm Zach Reggett, forward for the Kansas City Comets. We are super excited to partner with Silverstein Eye Centers as the official eye care provider for the Kansas City Comets.
I'm Dr. Steve Silverstein. We would love to show you what eye care should be. Please call us to schedule an appointment or visit our website at silversteineyecenters.com.
Want more MASL action? Follow MASL and St. Louis Ambush on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to MASL TV on YouTube, where you'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more.
It's a party in the USA as we start the second half of the I-70 Series' fifth game.
Second half of the second half.
First
of the
half
series.
of the second.
Of the series.
Second half of the series. First half of the second half of the game. We know we're going to be okay. It's a party in the USA.
Party in St. Louis right now. First lead into the third quarter. Good crowd out here on New Year's Day against a rival that you haven't taken down in the last 10 meetings. They don't ride them like this, Joey.
And about 26 minutes in this game have not featured any scoring. There was a period of 4+ minutes at the outset of the second quarter where all 5 goals were scored.
Will we get another 5-minute flurry like that again in this game?
Will it come at the outset of this third quarter? Ambush controlling off the opening tap. Almeida quarterbacks downfield. Run on 2 by Chili Willie SK. Backheel lead for Williamson. Vandegrift comes through to interrupt. Ambush will keep possession on this side.
Really has been impressive by the Ambush to get 3 goals out here in the first half after losing to Duca. No Jeff Michaud tonight, who has been one of the biggest impacts points-wise from the defensive positions, and yet here they are, one of their highest scoring halves of the season.
Almeida leaves it off, deflected back to him by Haliman, hits it into Stankovic. Run down by Briggs. Paulo on the other side of the field. Floats it for Cristo. Robbie marked by Haliman. Punch cards it back through Torrealba. Almeida lurking up top. It's a little bump from behind by Palmer. Palmer stitched it away from him briefly. Almeida keeps possession. Some bumping going on between those two.
Yeah, Almeida might have got a hand up high there.
SK to Torrealba. Sliding out is Ejimadu. Palmer helps force it away into Vandegrift from Torrealba.
Credit to the Ambush offense over the last few games. They've won more often than they've lost those hard contests one-on-one versus Ejimadu. That time, though, he comes up with a big win.
Torrealba with O'Keefe and Cristo now up top. Torrealba left foot off the boards and off a Comet, out of play. Francis chested it out. Berger to Martinez. Haliman gets in front of Cristo. Tetsane plays it back through Francis. Bad ball by him. Torrealba on the pick. Turn and hit by Berger. Stopped by Tetsane, who leads the league in blocks. Cristo. Stripped by Tetsane. Both go down to the carpet. Francis rescues it. Lamare. Forced back to Haliman. 2 minutes into this third quarter, Dirtle and O'Keefe grappling. Fans wanted a call. Ambush still up by an ace. Torrealba on a short hop. Forward to O'Keefe. Haliman made it difficult. Dirtle gets back to take it away.
Yeah, good job by Dirtle there.
Foul
Stop
zone.
O'Keefe from getting time.
Reindeers through. Martinez. Stymied by Francis. Second attempt just misses wide. Far post.
Torrealba, SK, Rob Williamson all on the floor right now for the ambush. The dangerous lineup. And foul zone 2. Oh, that would have been nifty.
Disrupted by Haliman, and then Lennis on the take. Swiped down to the floor by Mario Falzone. He had the goal that got us to throw all the teddy bears onto the field on the 21st. Our teddy bear toss benefiting Toys for Tots. Big success. That was a third quarter goal and one of the prettiest of the year for the ambush by Falzone.
Oh, that game was interesting.
Juggled it over Haliman and then scored it.
Comets
Get the crowd going.
Early 2-0 lead in the first quarter. Ambush then shut them down for the rest of the game in regular season, in open play goals. Absolutely insane game.
And that wasn't just 3 15-minute quarters. You also have to factor in the 10-minute overtime as well. It was almost an hour of gameplay where the ambush held the Comets off the scoreboard. That is not easy to do against a team that's averaging 6.9 goals per game. For the Comets, ambush averaging just over 4. Wainwright was looking for a call. SK takes the ball, finds Uri. Back to Axel. Passes up on a shot. Gives it to SK. Blocked down low by Wainwright. Geysers up to the fence. Ambush will keep it in a dangerous position.
Ambush's passing and patience has been so improved today against the Comets. All these extra chances, these extra passes, making sure they're centering the ball, getting it onto Will.
SK just misses.
Another setup like that. They continue to make these beautiful setups, the offense more efficient than we've ever seen it so far.
Almost got one there on the restart. Briggs in his 100th ever Major Arena Soccer League game. Now it's Torrealba. Good steal. Torrealba! Misses to the near post.
Probably missed a pass there too.
Martinez de Almeida, who is running with Torrealba. Now it's Briggs. Rifle. Kazim got in the way. It's back to Paulo. Ambush in possession. 10:48 left in the third.
SK trying to catch him off guard on the switch.
Torrealba, a bit of a no-look to Almeida, who pays the price, and a foul comes through.
And he wants the card, hamming it up a little bit. I think the way he's calling for the card. That's a pro who knows how to use the moment.
Ambush will be set up well, though we won't get our first power play of the game. There was that really early 6-man call against the ambush that set the Comets up for an advantage. Only one blue card against St. Louis for the afternoon. Another look here as Almeida had Palmer come bulldozing in behind. Now it's Almeida on the ball. 3+ Haliman on the wall for KC. Ejimadu behind it. Almeida slides it. Torrealba. Cristo is trying to set a pick. A couple of chances. Won't get the ball into the bat cave. SK trying to re-enter it. Palmer goes to the floor to block it off the wall. Torrealba wanted Cristo. Vandegrift interrupts. Briggs. Hot air balloons. Ejimadu Table tennis is 1 to Palmer, and Palmer off the head of Briggs, has it hamster all the way to the other side. Tatsane applying pressure. SK has to jump in front of Palmer. Head ball downfield, Almeida. Almeida makes his own space. Tries to twist a shot. Haliman on the block. And the second chance squeaks back to Ejimadu.
Great pressure here in this third frame. Ambush really haven't had to worry themselves. They've been on the offensive foot. Can they continue that here and extend this lead?
Reagan and Alamare trying to combine. Alamare gets it back off the wall. Berger closes the door. Ejimadu coasts up toward the midway line. 9:33, 3-2 ambush.
Costa's been quiet in his return game here to the Family Arena. Can they keep it that way? Reagan's been impactful. You know, if he touches the ball, there's a chance for the Comets, but it's been the ancillary pieces that have failed to really jump for Kansas City. I'm sure Stefan Stokic and company are gaming up ways to change that in these final 20-plus minutes.
Stokic yelling loudly from on top of his bench, I think at Acosta. A little bit of a miscommunication between those two, and now O'Keefe sends Acosta tumbling. Restart midfield for KC. Reagan back toward the equator, handles the ball for KC. Dirtle looking for turnage against Uri. Forced back to the midway line. Acosta there. KC, the league leaders, have gotten off to a hot start this season, in part because of the good efforts and good results against this ambush team. KC entering at 6-2, 2-1 at home, 4-1 away. Ambush 2-3-1 overall, 1-1-1 at home, 1-2 away. Looking for a first win in this Success on the Spectrum I-70 series in 2025-2026. Acosta goes down easy against Gates.
I know why Gates throwing his head up. He didn't really use his hands, didn't really get anywhere dangerous with his feet. Just kind of a little bit of contact for both bodies, and the Comets player goes down and he gets the whistle against him.
Acosta missiles it against the glass. Reagan does the same. Acosta lets it pass as he and Falzone lurch toward the ball. Tatsane to Reagan. Williamson on the defense, won't let him go far.
We got a beat.
Lennis to the right foot. Shot, big save by Paulo.
A lot of shots today from against Paulo who have just kind of rolled out of his hands, but they haven't rolled out of his area. He's always been able to stay on him, but what a shot. Lennis has been a sniper from that right side, but he just hasn't been able to get one to go in yet. I'm afraid that might not continue to last. He has been shooting from range today, and he's been close multiple times.
Lennis, one of just 2 Comets to score in regular play against us on December 21st. Had a pretty easy go of that. Headed the ball in from Vandegrift. Stankovic with a shot.
SK might have just saved a goal there. What a play for the captain there on defense. A crucial foot in the low area. Paulo could have been facing a point-blank shot if he's not there.
Good work by SK against Palmer down low. We go to a break. 6:56 left in the third. Ambush 3. Comets 2. You're watching the Major Arena Soccer League on CBS Sports. Golazo.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. Our experts provide a full range of heart services, from prevention to life-saving care. St. Luke's is nationally recognized as a top heart care provider in the area for good reason. Our proud alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables us to take on the most challenging cases for the highest level of outcomes in St. Louis.
The Cleveland Clinic Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute is proud to collaborate with St. Luke's Hospital to deliver the highest level of innovative care in the St. Louis metropolitan area. Our alliance means you have access to world-class heart care in all the local communities St. Luke's serves.
St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, a beat above the rest for a life beyond expectations. For a first diagnosis or a second opinion, make an appointment today.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider for the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear.
Downtown St. Louis. The arch sure does look good for the final time in 2025. At the top of an arch, it's the Comets with Tetsane on the ball. Tetsane, Reagan lets it pass through, and Francis.
Beautiful.
Bazookas one into the top shelf. We're tied.
Beautiful play set up there. Let's see, it's Tetsane. He's going to fake coming from the right side. He's going to go to the left side. Then the dummy from Zach Reagan through his feet. And then Dom Francis, just an absolute bazooka, like Joey said. There's the dummy. No defenders there. It's Dom versus Paolo and the goal. And Francis walks away the winner of this battle.
A Dom bomb, and it's 3-3 with 6:54. Remember, fans, the Ambush are hosting a game day clinic on Saturday, January 24th prior to the game. For $75, you get a ticket to the game, a soccer clinic run by professional Ambush players, and a T-shirt. $75 includes all taxes and fees. Sign up at stlambush.com. Francis, who's won a Player of the Week, that was back in week 3 of the season, comes through with a goal. Alamare trying to add 2 on the header from Reagan. Ray gets a bit frustrated with him after he peels that one into the net rather than giving it to Reagan. The net over the glass. They pass it through the net in the goal. 3-3, 6:28 left in the third quarter as this one gets hooked long by Paulo Wanted Cristo and ends up instead squeegeed back through Ejimadu. Vandegrift rolls it forward for Regans. Former Rookie of the Year in the MASL with the Ambush, Zach Regans. Go back to the bench. Vandegrift will do the same. Hollyman coming on for him. Lennis Caterpillars at forward and gives it to Hollyman.
Couple fresh bodies here for the Comets. They have tied things up. Can the Ambush punch back here in the third, take that lead back as they did in that clustery moment of the second?
Peterson had his shot blocked, and now it's smashed by Kazim off the bottom of the bar. Wow.
Back-to-back bar moments from Peterson and then Kazim. Again, the luck has been in favor of the Ambush. They've taken advantage of it, whether it's been goals or big saves. The question is, Joey, if the dice keep rolling in their favor, can they continue to take advantage of it? So far, so good. They just got saved there. They need to bounce back now.
And we're going to have a review here coming from Shane Butler and his referees down in the penalty box area.
We have an official's review for goal or no goal.
And they will review whether it was a goal or a no goal on the smash shot by Kazim. This is going to get us another look at what, one way or the other, was a wild sequence. I didn't see that get over the line.
I didn't think so either.
It has been confirmed as a no goal.
I feel like the Vandergriff one was closer than that.
Then the ball gets out. Was it tipped? This is going to depend on whether it was tipped where it gets set up at as the ball went out of play to the fans. You can see the initial gets partially blocked by Berger and sent toward Paulo, who had to make the initial save. Then Kazim just smashes it up against the bottom of the bar.
Kazim does keep the ball kind of in play also with a hit off his own forearm. I wonder if there's potential for a call there.
Yeah, it might have been a handball that would give it to the ambush. And we'll see as Shane comes back to the microphone. So the ball's going to the top of the arc.
Kind of surprised to get in the top of the arc with the very clear handball in the middle of that play. Surprised they're getting top of the arc, but.
So good news, bad news for the ambush. No goal, that was fairly obvious. But it does go back to the position from where Kansas City just scored a goal a couple of minutes ago. Tetsane on it again. Acosta circulates back to it. Tip to Acosta. He's sprayed wide. Reget trying to hold off Martinez. And Reget draws a foul. He goes to the floor.
Referee's doing a good job of keeping this game exactly where it needs to be. Nothing too extracurricular being rewarded. Good way to handle a as we get Lucas Almeida causing a little trouble already. Very chippy, like we've been saying, rivalry, especially over the last few games, and officials doing a good job of keeping it under wraps.
Paulo gets that under wraps on the soft chance from Zach Reget.
You'd think I set you up there on purpose, but I really didn't.
No one will ever know, though, right?
Well, they wouldn't have. We run a very transparent and honest broadcast here, Joey.
The most transparent broadcast in the Major Arena Soccer League, according to Advanced Metrics.
Really glad CNN doesn't have a team.
They always know just when to play the Let's Go ambush, don't they?
Fire teams up. Things slow down a little bit. Gets a little quiet here on the field. Ambush essentially playing 6-on-5 with Paulo up like this. They've controlled possession a lot of this game. Can they continue to generate good shots? Shots on goals has evened out almost. Ambush now just leading 23-18. And really this third frame has been a favorite for the Comets so far.
After the short post shot by Berger gets gobbled up by Ejimata. Ambush have it back on our side of the yard. Yuri off the wall to Gates. Finds a way back to Williamson. Williamson lets it fly long. O'Keefe as Kazim goes down. Shot tipped, and now it's stuffed in! Ambush back on top with 3.5 left in the third.
I know they don't usually call it, Joey, but I think we might have to call that one an own goal against the Comets. I don't know how else we put this one in the books. I guess Ajay Chakunte is going to get a goal for the night.
Ambush find a way past Ejimata for a fourth time. A first time in this second half.
So keep there, he's battling. He wins that one as Kazim falls down. It's off of Kazim. I think Chakunte did get a little tip of it, but if we're being completely honest, that was Michael Lennis, who's taken a lot of shots at the ambush goal. That's his most successful shot of the night. He side-footed that one from his left foot into the net there. I think we're going to give it to Chakunte.
Lennis stabbed it in and looked like, and we'll await official confirmation.
No, let's be transparent. The official confirmation right now is no clue. I think
it's
that one.
Our stats table.
I think we need to give that one to Chakunte. He's closest to the ball. It's clearly, though, a direct hit off Lennis is how that ball goes in. I think Chakunte might get a piece of it. Maybe they give it to Colin O'Keefe. We'll see what the official score says. 3 wild goals for the ambush. Can they continue to prioritize and capitalize on these moments? Chakunte getting the goal there officially.
Judging by the facial expressions of Lennis and Haliman, they knew that they made a mistake. Ultimately, this one is credited to Chikunte, though.
I mean, Lennis couldn't have shot the ball better.
Give O'Keefe a little credit unofficially as well for working that opportunity, spinning that up.
Yes. I mean, we talked about this with Donnie Alberti. We see the Comets do it week after week after week. Put the ball into the churn, and good things will happen in indoor soccer. Bottom line.
Cristo on the win against Dirtle, and he's hatcheted to the floor for his treble. 2:20, Ambush take over our side of the field, 4-3 lead.
So again here, final couple minutes of this frame, Ambush have taken this lead back. This is where things lock in. If they can win these games in these moments, they can continue to walk away winners frame by frame and eventually winners at the end of 4. Closed out.
Quarter to go.
Close out the first frame with a 0-0 tie, great defense. Close out the half with a 3-2 lead. Closing out the third frame with a 4-3 lead after they tied it up first, after you finally for the first time tonight didn't have the first punch. That's growth for the Ambush team. They need to show it tonight.
Alamari, who had that defense against Torrealba, then went down looking for a foul against him.
What a defensive play. Chalbad right in on Junior Kazim, who's had some big 1v1 moments there. Chalbad, if he reaches with his leg like that and gets caught out of position, Kazim might make a perfect turn to the net, but a great defensive play.
Peterson operating. Alamari lost it briefly. Chalbad slices it out to Falzone. Torrealba to SK. Trying to turn it through foul zone. Easy take on the miss pass. Francis dances, keeps it for the Comets. Less than 1 to go. Third quarter. This is the Ambush in the Comets on Galazzo. Costa peeling off the wall. Pinches one through to Lennis. Kick save, might have been going just wide. Paulo gets the boot to it. Axel Chikunte with the game-winning goal as it stands right now. Downfield, Echimadu. 10 seconds. Lennis wanted Reagan. Williamson on the steal with 6. Haliman slams it back. Tetsane over the top. Reagan, karate kicks. Big save from Paulo as the horn goes off.
Massive, massive save. Oh, my gosh.
Reagan and Paulo embrace after a fantastic sequence. Each team scores in the third. Ambush 4, Comets 3. You're watching the MASL on CBS Sports. Galazzo.
Get ready to make unforgettable memories with your little ones at Elmo's Got the Moves. The all-new Sesame Street live show coming to your neighborhood. You'll be out of your seat and dancing along with Elmo, Abby, Cookie Monster, and their furry friends. May 3rd, the Family Arena. Tickets available at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. An experience you and your child will treasure long after the final song. Elmo's Got the Moves. See you on Sesame Street.
When you have a financial partner that invests in every part of you, you can't help but feel like a star. Member owned, open to all. Community America Credit Union, invested in you.
Want more MASL action? Follow MASL and St. Louis Ambush on Facebook and Instagram. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bostavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Think the refs missed one? Find out on Under Review with Phil Levanko and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich, the MASL's most controversial show. Catch it every Friday on MASL TV on YouTube.
Ambush Comets going into the fourth quarter. Axel Chikunte, he's got the game winner as it stands right now. Late in the third, comes up with the goal to put the Ambush back on top after the Comets very briefly tied it 3-3.
Every time they could have won the end of this game, they did. And here was this goal here by Axel Chikunte that gave him the lead. Again, this is a goal by Michael Lennis of the Comets. But we're giving it to Axel Chikunte, and we're giving the Ambush a 4-3 lead. And they've won every end of the frame, Joey. They kept it at 0-0 at the first. They took a 3-2 lead in the half. They come back, fight back, take the lead back after it's tied up 3-3, take a 4-3 lead in those last few seconds. A perfect play. They completely misplayed that Zach Reagan setup. But all good. They clean it up, and then Axel Chikunte, Johnny on the spot moment, is the only reason the Ambush are now leading 4-3, taking their only third quarter lead into the final frame. Can they close this game out clean? It would be a huge moment to end this calendar year and break through to this early part of the schedule if the Ambush can get a win.
St. Louis with one win at home this season. It came in overtime against Milwaukee, one win on the road as well. Chile wanted to launch Yuri. And DJ Prus got him going Neil Diamond mode.
Always a crowd favorite, so easy to do. Who doesn't it work on? Come on now. Yankees fans, maybe?
It's a hot time to do it with the Neil Diamond movie, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Hugh Jackman and
Song Sung Blue with Hugh Jackman. Well, not technically a Neil Diamond movie.
Kate Hudson, right?
He's
the Neil Diamond impersonator.
Yeah, the Neil Diamond tribute movie, I guess, more accurately.
Neil Diamond tribute movie.
There he is. Okay,
now
we've got it. You're right.
Tatsane gouges one forward to Acosta off the wall.
Isolate Zach Reagan against Christian Briggs. It's a good matchup there for the Comets. No runners that time. Great job by Yuri.
Nice snatch, and Acosta takes him down. Yuri in some pain. Ambush will take over. 13:36 left in regulation. Fans, the Ambush have some great promos coming up, including the retirement of legend Mark Moser's jersey on February 7th. We've also got a bobblehead giveaway on February 21st, Star Wars Night on March 1st, and the annual mascot game on March 7th. Find the entire promotional schedule at stlambush.com. That'll be special to have Mark in the house. He's been a broadcaster for us on CBS Sports Golazo in the past, and looking forward to his jersey retirement February 7th.
Moser's the best, and it's just so special to add a fourth jersey up there for the rafters for the Ambush. Incredible that this organization across all these years can put together some of these legends the way they have, and a man who helped raise the last soccer trophy professionally in St. Louis back in 1995. A special moment for the Ambush and everyone involved.
The NPSL championship season. Ambush a little over 30 years old. This is the 40th anniversary of the Kansas City Comets. That does include their time as the Kansas City Attack. This is their 40th anniversary season. Peterson circulates back 2-1. Francis, the latest goal scorer for KC. Miniature golfing with Hollyman. Rotation through Reggins. Francis off the wall, hot shot. hits a glove of Paulo's and jackrabbits into the side shelf.
Just like his last goal, Dom Francis proven that sometimes you don't got to worry about the aim if you just kick it hard enough. Just burns another one by Paulo on this one. And who else starts things out with Zach Reggett? Just a beautiful pass across the entire face of the defense. It's a worm burner, too fast. Paulo only gets one hand on it. He's going to want that one back, Joey.
Some signs of frustration from him after he almost stopped this from becoming a 4-4 game, but 2.5 minutes into the fourth, we're tied once again. Chile from Paulo, out of the center circle. Triangulated by Comets defenders, uses big rod. Chalban curls one off Christo's head on a bounce. Williamson will feed him again from the midway line. Torrealba bursts into the corner. Vandegrift comes bobsledding over, chops it away. SK gets the take at the gold line. Backing down against Palmer. Shot not off cleanly. Palmer and Peterson making it difficult. Vandegrift ventilates it down into the ambush end. 11.5 to go. Ambush have never trailed in this game.
They've been the first punchers almost every time. Went except for the Comets. Tied this one 3-3 and now tied it 4-4. Ambush, though, have been able to come back. Do they have another punch? This offense has been quieter at home, but the defense has been much better as well. Another low-scoring game here.
You factor out those first 5 minutes of the second quarter, there's only been 2 goals scored.
Yeah.
Tetsane trying to squeeze it through. Torrealba knocked it down. Tetsane wins it back. Through Stankovic, big save on a shot from the corner.
And a lucky bounce there. Kazim was sitting right in the middle. It just bounces off to his left. If that ball comes out centered, Kazim puts it right on the tee. What an impressive interception
Francis
by Torrealba.
again, who is looking for that hat-trick goal on the latest shot. Torrealba after a good take. Torrealba through a thicket. Shot or pass intended for O'Keefe. Tetsane able to win it and keep possession.
Would have been one heck of a highlight play goal there from Torrealba if he could have weaved through all those Comets. But unfortunately, much like me as a child in the Asteroid game, he got taken out.
Fans of all ages can appreciate that
Love
reference.
that game. Loved that game. So simple, so fun. We had that one. We had Snake, the obligatory ping pong game that was on every computer. Pinball, excuse me.
Almeida's pass thwarted by Halima. Briggs against Kazim, and Kazim awkwardly falls into him for a foul. Again, only one power play in this game. Blue card against the ambush for, let's say, the least impactful of all the offenses. 6 men on the field. Ambush killed that KC Comets power play early in the first. Almeida thought he saw something. Falzone gives it back to Berger, who hits it high and well over the frame.
One thing we haven't seen in this fourth quarter that we saw at least one chunk or another from the ambush every moment of this game has been a long period of possession where they've been able to live in Kansas City's area and create multiple good shots that usually ended up in at least one goal. So far this fourth quarter, Comets defense doing a really good job of keeping them outside.
Vandegrift comes off the bench for Dirtle. Dirtle pushes forward as Lennis controls it on the Comets half. Francis settles this down with the chest. A little no look inside to Lennis, rewarded with the ball, and he smokes it high and well over that frame. 8:49 left in the fourth. We stay tied 4-4.
As long as the Comets can't create any more than that, although Dom Francis has proven to be deadly from distance so far tonight. But those close shots been what have really caused the ambush some problems tonight.
Yuri drops it off for Gates. Back through Williamson. SK operates from the crow's nest. Going up against Acosta. Right foot. Big save by Ejimadu, dropping down. Vandergriff comes over to suffocate the second chance. Pass out, intercepted by SK. Vandergriff takes him down. SK still looking for the foul. Palmer emerges with it by the ambush bench. SK and Vandergriff lock up. And this foul goes against Vandergriff. So SK ultimately gets the call he wants. SK able to scooter in front of him and put that backside into Vandergriff, who grabbed him. And Torrealba, O'Keefe closest to the ball. Torrealba, and he misses from a long distance. This sends us to the media timeout midway through the fourth. 7:58 left in regulation. We're tied 4-4. This is the St. Louis Ambush and the Kansas City Comets on CBS Sports. Golazo.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Here's what I'm thinking about the living room. Double hung windows are classics, but what do you think about casement windows? Or maybe sliding windows? Or even a big bay window? With all the styles Window World offers, I've got tons of options that match my taste and budget perfectly.
Which will you choose?
I might need another house or two.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. We're nationally recognized as a top heart care provider in the area, and our proud alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables St. Luke's to take on the most challenging cases for the highest level of outcomes in St. Louis. St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, a beat above the rest for a life beyond expectations. For a first diagnosis or a second opinion, make an appointment today.
Whether you're going out tonight or you're already in your PJs, we've got a Happy New Year being shouted to you from all these great Ambush and a few Comets fans at Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. Thanks so much for being with us. Enjoy, stay safe tonight as we finish the year and we finish what's been a fantastic game. Reagan leaning back, Williamson let him fall. Williamson gets tagged with a foul. KC scored their latest goal. Pardon, actually would be their second latest goal. It was at the second half of the third off a restart just out of the media timeout, trying to do it again here in the fourth. Francis has scored for him in the third and fourth to tie it up 4-4. Tetsane with Acosta close. Down low, Lenas. Williamson steps back to it. Ball still in KC's control, just beyond the yellow line. Williamson too easy. Anticipates the pass down low intended for Francis. Gazelles it forward. Williamson pushed down hard from behind by Francis. And Williamson asking for the card. Nothing doing on that.
I think if you have a hat trick in a game, you should be allowed just to push somebody down at any point without getting fouled. Dom Francis thought that was a good rule too, but no call.
Oh, Almeida real quick. He scores!
No, they're calling it off. Oh, the official just stared at him and then slowly but surely waved it off, Joey. Highway robbery. The men in black got balaclavas on their faces too, and they're running away with a goal for the Ambush.
kissed in on the bottom of the crossbar. Butterflied home by Almeida, who took everybody by surprise. And the refs say no.
And the Boo Birds will reign.
Ref said he had to wait for the Tweety Bird to blow to kick the ball. Ball before the whistle was played, so it gets taken back beyond the gold line. Ambush players frustrated, 7:27. Almeida at the restart button again. This time eases to Torrealba, just misses north of the crossbar. Ricochets to Chile, Willie off the wall. Corkscrews through, Torrealba tried to restart us. Reagan at the center line with Francis. Dom Francis lassos the ball at the wall. Back through Reagan. Almeida steps to it, rips it away. Torrealba, clever little turn. Ball leaks to Cristo. Robbie on the hold-up. Torrealba swipes crossfield off the Raising Cane side. Back through Cristo. Almeida takes a tumble courtesy of a Comet. No whistle. Almeida writhing in pain at the top of the yard.
Yeah. And he pulls up.
Almeida back on his feet, up top with Cristo. Out of the back, and Francis just basically put Almeida in a headlock and pulled him down. I can't believe play hasn't been stopped for a card. Certainly at least a whistle. It's jarred out of the Comets' end. Paulo comes up to greet it with his head. Listen to these fans. And guys are locked up in a scrum around the penalty box and review area.
We knew it was going to happen at some point tonight, Joey.
There's a challenge flag on the field from Jeff Locker and the ambush bench. .6:20 to go in the fourth, and things just heating up on New Year's Eve.
Teams have had multiple games that have been very physical, and I'm not surprised something eventually poured over. I thought the officials were doing a good job of holding us back for moments like that, but eventually too many players, too many plays, too close in quarters. We were going to get something popping off.
And it all started with Almeida being thrown down by Francis from behind.
St. Louis is challenged for a potential blue card here.
And to me, that was a clear blue card. That's what we're going to be looking at. Shane Butler in the review area to watch the video. That was right before there was a man knocked down, and then Almeida just got WWE to the floor.
Pretty clear when we watch the replay there, Joey. We'll see if the officials agree.
The result of the challenge is a simple foul top of the arc for St. Louis. St. Louis does remain their challenge.
Simple foul call. Obviously, the foul there was clear. Ambush would have liked to see a little bit more, including a power play opportunity, but
we'll take it and retain the red flag, challenge flag as a result of the foul being assessed. Ball goes to the top of the arc. We do stay 5-on-5 though. Still that one blue card early in the first quarter. Standing is the only of the game.
Huge chance here for the ambush. Briggs, a surprising choice, down off the right side of Ejimadu. Cristo doing a little cherry picking. SK and Torrealba both on the strong left side here for the ambush. Be shocked if the ball doesn't go over there.
Almeida pushes the button. SK has it blocked at the source. Pops up out of bounds. Ambush will take it close to the corner.
No chance here. SK is going to shift to the top. Briggs comes back out. Torrealba now is the one on the post on the weak side.
Almeida to Briggs, deflected on the way through. Cristo tried to steak knife it in.
Inches away, Cristo from just tapping that one in and giving the ambush the lead they have fought so hard for.
Cristo has scored in this game. Almeida, SK, and Axel Chikute joining him. SK trying to add to the score sheet.
Unfortunately, two wall shots by the ambush with no one there to do anything with them. Wasting opportunities, potentially giving the Comets a possession to run things here.
Tied 4-4, just north of 5.5 minutes to go. Last time these teams met at Family Arena, it ended up in a 10-minute overtime and then a 3v3 shootout. Each team guaranteed 3 shooters. Kansas City scored on all 3 while the ambush failed to score. Could we be destined for that again to close 2025? Torrealba walks the dog. Paulo pulled way up for the ambush. Keeper plays it off the Salmon Contracting Inc. sign. Cristo able to work it back to Torrealba. Ambush still in possession as we slip under 5.
And Stokic wants pressure on SK as the ball carrier.
Paulo still pulled up.
This pressure hurt him here.
Inside the gold line. Dirtle gets on him. Peterson pressures SK in the center circle. Ambush diamond it over to Paulo.
Good rondo work here from the ambush.
Almeida and Berger down low. Almeida tries to backheel one, but hits it right into the torso of Ejimadu.
Would that not have been one heck of a goal, Joey? Timeout here from the Comets. They want to talk it over.
4:20 left in the 4th. Comets 4, Ambush 4. We're at the home of the St. Louis Ambush, the Family Arena in St. Charles. Our next home game is Friday, January 16th at 7:05 p.m. versus the Empire Strikers. It's Kick Cancer Night, where we'll have an auction of the specialty cancer awareness jerseys to benefit Siteman Cancer Center's Discovery Fund. Tickets available online or at the arena box office. Joey Zanaboni alongside Matt Rocchio. Happy to have you with us on CBS Sports Golazo Network as we go through this timeout break.
Of course, here we are again, Joey. Final few minutes of a frame, and the ambush have the game in their hands. They can make the best or the worst of this moment, and so far they've been able to do it. Held the game at 0-0, took a 3-2 lead into the half, took a 4-3 lead into this final frame. Again, the Kansas City Comets in both the second and third quarters punched first. Can the ambush, though, finish things and end up punching last and getting what would be one of the biggest wins of this season up to this point? 3 wins before
this is the Kids New Year's Eve bash. They're fired up for the final 4:20 of this game and for our 4,000 plus balloon drop. After this one goes final, all the fans will head on down to the Axios Field turf and celebrate with Ambush players, staff, and supporters. Ambush 4, Comets 4, ready to get going with the glow sticks out and the balloons ready at the Family Arena. Ejimadu slides it forward. Reagans held up by Williamson. Labels one back for Lennis. Tetsane right in the middle of the pitch. Under 4 as Reagans refeeds Lucia Tetsane. Good work by Randy Martinez to step to one. Gets the steal for the ambush. Riley Uri shakes and bakes.
Falzone really wants the ball. He's one-on-one up with Holliman. No one else in the vicinity.
Chili Willing looking for space down the left side, tries to turn it back. hits it out of bounds.
Those are the kind of unforced errors the Ambush have been able to avoid up until this point, Joey. Are they going to give this one away late with the little mistakes like that?
Aaron pass gives the ball back to Kansas City. Lennis over to Vandegrift, back to Tetsane. More wax comes off the time candle. Less than 3 to go. Still even 4-4 in this 5th game of the season between the two teams. Lennis steps inside the gold line. Lennis off the wall, straight to Nowheresville. SK toes it downfield, buys the Ambush some time. Ejimadu settles it down, 240.
Bought the Ambush some time, but it's too easy of a recycle. Last thing you want right now is the Comets having easy possessions that you're handing them. They can take their time, sub out some few people, and pick how they attack you. You have to control this game if you're the Ambush.
Vandegrift and Palmer, just combo work. 2 1/4 left in the change show.
Zach Reggett and Ramon Palmer out there right now. But the deep man is Peterson. Here, Palmer on the switch there. He's in the dead zone right now, guarded by Torrealba of all people.
Reggett sluices toward Palmer. Torrealba disrupts. Haliman comes to it. Francis, who scored a couple of times. Easing over to Peterson. 1:44 left. Ambush have never trailed.
Dangerous group out here, though, for the Comets. Tetsane, Lennis, Acosta. Some big plays have come from these players.
Lennis gets by Torrealba. And there was a delayed foul on after he got by Torrealba. Lost it against SK, picks it up, tries to go quick. Refereeing crew says you got to drag it back here. 76 seconds left.
Spot of the foul there, Michael.
4-4.
Spot of the foul.
Tetsane and Acosta in this tie game. Keep it close. Scotch taped over to Lennis. Reggett surveys the scene. Final minute regular play. Reggett against Williamson.
Final 40 seconds. Ambush need to win this possession here and finally control the ball and get themselves a chance.
Vented over to Haliman.
Oh, here we go. Zach Reggett's
Switch
going to
toward
go to
Reggett.
work.
Big Rob.
Good double.
Lennis tries to insert. SK ejects. Hits off the Sightman sign and onto the Kansas City bench. 23 seconds left. It will be set up here. Well outside the gold line, despite the hopes of the KC bench. Palmer plays it back to Tetsane. Final 20 now. This seems destined for a sudden death overtime. KC holding for a last shot. 5. Tetsane elevates. Palmer takes it off the wall. Half bicycle. A standing bicycle, a Peloton into the head of Robert Williamson. Sends us to the 10-minute OT period. We'll take a break and then bring you back for some free soccer. Ambush Comets tied 4-4. This is the Major Arena Soccer League on CBS Sports. Golazo.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
At St. Luke's Heart and Vascular Institute, we understand that care is more than treatment. It's about living your best life. St. Luke's alliance with Cleveland Clinic's Heart, Vascular, and Thoracic Institute enables us to take on the most challenging cases. Make an appointment today.
Here's what I'm thinking about the living room. Double hung windows are classics, but what do you think about casement windows? Or maybe sliding windows? Or even a big bay window? With all the styles Window World offers, I've got tons of options that match my taste and budget perfectly.
Which will you choose?
I might need another house or two.
Overtime at the Family Arena. Ambush Comets closing the 2025 calendar year with a 10-minute sudden death overtime period. A goal wins it. If not, we go to a shootout where each team gets 3 shooters. Teams played a scoreless 10-minute OT back on the 21st. Now doing it again here on the 31st. Joey Zanaboni alongside Matt Rocky. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in today via CBS Sports Golazo Network. 30-20 shots on goal. Ambush have had the tilt of this one offensively and have never trailed.
I just can't see us continuing to get another 10 minutes of scoreless soccer. Of course, I would have said that 10 days ago when we did in fact get 10 more minutes of scoreless soccer and went to a shootout. With the way this game has been trending, I'd be shocked if we don't have some crazy, wild, weird play decide this one in just a minute.
Almeida off the wall, gets it back. Oh, almost finished it there. Ejibadu rising up and somehow tapping it aside with the hand. Good combination from Almeida and Falzone. Almost finished it right out of the gate. Now it's Gates with Briggs in the back. It's it forward for Almeida. They have stepped on Peterson slightly. Now O'Keefe emerges with it. O'Keefe down the main avenue. Tries to finish it. Sends it high. Teams will change as KC takes over on possession with 9:12 left to go in this overtime period. We'd like to say thank you to St. Luke's for supplying the New Year's Eve lights that all the fans have been using here today. Really cool stuff. Thank you to St. Luke's. Lennis to Reagan. The former ambush man plays it across the gold line to Hollyman. Tetsane back to Reagan. First place KC. They will host the ambush in Independence, Missouri, 4 o'clock on Sunday, January 4th. Make sure you check out MASLsoccer.com for all the streaming information on that game. Ambush engineer a takeaway. Chalbad to O'Keefe off the wall. Yuri there to help him out with 8.5 left. Off the lily pad, Riley squeaks it to Robbie Cristo.
Cristo now lined up off ball. Holloman, though, is able to cut that one off, though. Put himself between the man and the ball. Smart play there by Holloman.
Hacks the pass by Torrealba. Comets pressuring. Paulo able to tennis it to Stankovic. Good pressure by Torrealba. Gets the feed from Chalba. Torrealba with the right foot. Blocked by Lennis. Torrealba, who has an OT game winner this year. Before the ambush, wanted an OT at home against Milwaukee. Might have gotten swiped, trying to get back to that ball. Whistle stays silent. Ambush looked like they had a game winner from Almeida. It was whistled back Free kick, they said it was too early on the free kick, that he did not wait for the go whistle. Vandegrift from the trench. Ian Francis. Palmer in on the action. Reagans shaking and baking against Williamson. Nowhere to go but back to Chad. Vandegrift to Francis. Peterson's out there. Palmer, Reagans. Francis gets off. Acosta gets on. Vandegrift remains on the field. Lennis looking to sneak it up the board with Acosta. Good interception by Williamson. Tick late on the whistle. He's called for a foul.
I'd say. Quite the tick late there. Very uneventful first 4.5 minutes of this overtime. Much slower pace than I would have expected. Both these teams refusing to take too much of a risk and leave the transition opportunity open.
Acosta splashes off the wall. Wanted Reagan. Williamson right there to take it out of the mailbox.
Another great ball off the wall. It's why the Comets have to be a favorite just in any game they play this year, because if you give yourself this many chances in this sport to play these balls off the wall and give yourself secondary chances, force the ambush to always make a perfect clearance, you're going to score more goals. Bottom line.
Williamson smashes it off the wall. Uri got turned around by Acosta. 6:05 left. Goal wins it. We're in overtime. Major Arena Soccer League action on Galazzo. Almeida. Cristo in the corner. Peterson on the defense. Peterson got it away. Gets a little bump from Robbie.
Making some interesting decisions on which bumps to end play for and which bumps not to, but nothing too big happening just yet.
Hollyman over to Reagans. Lennis dueling against Uri. Down goes Lennis. Wants the call right next to the referee on the side.
Speaking of which.
Threaded from Francis to Reagans. Briggs on the defense. Chops it away. SK. Out of the center circle. Gets by Francis. Chile. Gives to a friend, and that's the game! Oh, baby! Martinez! And the ambush are 5-4 winners in St. Charles!
They will not go 0-4 in this series, and they will not drop a second overtime matchup against the Comets in a row. Huge win for the ambush to close out 2025.
Martinez finishes it off, the game and the year. Shows the love to the fans as we prepare for the New Year's Eve balloon drop. SK with a great run, Martinez with a great finish, and the ambush for the first time in 10 ball games victorious against the KC Comets. It's the first win of the year and the success on the Spectrum I-70 series for the St. Louis Ambush. Never trail. Martinez, a great finish, and the ambush have a 5-4 victory to carry into 2026. I'm Joey Santaboni, he's Matt Rocchio. We've got Angela Sharp. We will see who Angela gets. I'm hoping it'll be Randy Martinez.
I hope so. Randy Martinez, what a play for the young man. Newly added to the roster this year. Coming into the season, he had 36 games in the MASL in his MASL career. 8 points, 8 goals, I should say, 8 assists. So far this year, he had 1 point and an assist coming into this game, and obviously one of the biggest goals, and we're now a double-digit goal-scoring career for Randy Martinez in this league. Congratulations to him, his 10th career goal, and what a moment it is there. And in fact, it is his first game-winning goal of his career. Congratulations to Randy Martinez on that one.
Perfect time to do it right before the balloons drop. And we've got Angela. Looks like she's got Philip Ejimadu, the keeper for the KC Comets. Let's toss it down to them on the field.
All right, we are down here on the field. I know that you don't like talking after a loss, but that's okay because you guys have a lot of wins on it. First of all, let's talk about the style of play that you have. You are very vocal. You're banging on the wall. You're telling your team where to go. That really helps keep everything moving in the right direction, right?
Yeah, I think that it makes everybody stays on the same page. I'm really vocal. I like making sure that not only me, but my team, they're focusing on the same thing, you know. And what an amazing game today. Ambush, they deserve the win, and then really good job today. So,
you know, we've seen a lot of games versus KC and the Ambush, and this season they've been very tight, but you guys have been victorious in all of them except for today. Now, going into the new year, what are we going to do to make sure you guys get back on track for your wins?
Well, I think we're going to try to keep our same mentality that we had the last games. I think we're going to do some video. We're going to watch this last game. What did we do wrong? What can we do better? And then just kind of get better and ready for the next game.
Now, I heard your family's here today, right?
Yeah, my family's here. So mom, dad, brother, sister, okay, my wife and my daughter, they're all here. Okay, my parents are from Rochester, New York, and I live with my wife and daughter.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So playing in front of your whole family from New York and of course your wife and your daughter, that makes it extra special for you, right?
Special, always special. I'm just grateful to be here with the team that I have and then just playing with amazing fans that you guys have. So yeah, thank you very much for everybody for coming to our game. Thank you.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Were you going to you're going to stay down here for the balloon drop, will you, with your family?
When?
Balloon drop.
Right now?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Why not? I love it where he says, why not? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Always classy. That's Philip Ejimadu. He's going to be sticking around for the 4,000 plus balloons that are about to drop with his family. And we've got Angela once again, this time with the St. Louis Ambush forward, Robbie Christo.
Okay, I'm down here with Robbie Christo. All right, let's talk about it. This is your first game here at the Family Arena. I know you played over there in KC this season. What is it like to be back and to hear these fans?
Shout out to these fans. Everyone, thank you so much. We wouldn't be here without you.
And you got that goal early on in the game that obviously contributed to this win. Is it always great? I mean, it's always great when you score a goal, but is it always great to score a goal back home in front of the home team?
Absolutely. Close your eyes and shoot as hard as you can. That's how it works.
Now, obviously, this win is a big win, leading you guys into 2026 with a win. How is this going to make sure you propel to get the next win?
This is just a start to the fresh year, and hopefully we can keep it going.
I assume we're going to see you down here for the balloon drop, of course.
Absolutely. Excited to see you guys down here.
All right. Thank you so much. Back to you guys.
Thank you to Angela and to Robbie. New Year's Eve celebration about to begin after an overtime 5-4 win for the St. Louis Ambush. We'll tell you more about the New Year's Eve Kids Bash and recap all the action. Joey and Matt back for you right after this on CBS Sports. Golazo.
I got hurt in a car wreck. Why should I call DM Law?
Because whether you have a $10,000